Good morning, everyone. It is Blazing Outdoors here. We are headed up into the Great Smoky Mountains National Park this morning. It's been a while since I've got to do any fishing at all. I've not been up in the park any this year yet until today. So stick around. We're going to head up here and see if we can get in some little wild fish this morning. The weather has been absolutely gorgeous all week long. It's supposed to be really nice again today. So I'm hoping the fish are going to be looking up at dries this morning. And probably going to have a dropper nymph tied on as well. But I'm going to be fishing a new rod today. Also, I've been using the original Orvis Recon whenever I go up here. It was a 9-foot 4-weight. Let that rod go. Upgraded to the new model Orvis Recon. Dropped the rod length 6 inches and got the 8.5 foot. Still kept the 4-weight. I really like that weight and rod size a lot for what I like to do. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really good day, so stick around and hopefully we'll get some fish in the net here soon. One? No, came off. Looked like a rainbow. I believe he took the nymph. So far I've hooked a couple fish on the dropper. I believe it's still just a little bit too chilly this morning for them to be interested in the dry. They may turn on here after a while though once it starts warming up. It's supposed to be in the mid 80s today. There's a fish. And that is a little brook trout. It's a small one. He's a brook trout, which is really what I was after this morning. Beautiful little fish. I love these little brook trout. Go, buddy. Thank you. Looks like we got a really nice pull up ahead. I'm gonna try to fish this section right here first along this big rock. And I'm gonna try to fish this main pool here. We'll see how it goes. Looks really good. There's a beautiful little brook trout on the dry. Look at those colors. Beautiful little fish, absolutely gorgeous. Just like that. This little guy released here. Love it. Okay, so I want to take this opportunity to kind of go over what I'm using here this morning. And for a dry, I'm using this little size 16 top shelf hopper. This is from Drew Looking Fishy's YouTube page. He's got a really nice tutorial video showing how to tie this fly. I did opt to tie in a yellow deer hair wing instead of the normal wing that he uses. And then a few inches below that, I've got tied on just a small size 18 green weenie. I'm not sure if they're taking it for a small caddis fly or what, but so far it seems to be working pretty good. I've got a few hits on the dropper, got a few hits on the dry. So we're going to keep fishing this setup, and unless it starts just not working for me anymore, well then we're probably going to keep this on the rest of the day. Just caught an absolutely tiny brook trout. It is so small. It's hilarious. Bit it all. This little guy right here was on the dry fly. I don't even see how he got it in his mouth. Oh no, that was such a nice brook. Come up and hit the dry. Man, that was a nice one. Probably would have been the biggest one of the day so far. Oh. Like to hook into another one like him. Man, that was a good fish. That was a really nice brook trout. I hate I didn't get that one in. It's all right. There's more in here. We'll find them. If I had to guess, I'd say that last one was probably an 8-inch fish, which is a really good one for up in here. There's one. Uh-oh. Little rainbow.
Little rainbow on the dropper. Pretty rainbow. Here's this guy. His colors are amazing. He is on the dropper. Oh, came off and flopped back in the water. It was a little bitty brook trout. I just barely did see my dry fly twitch. I knew he was on the dropper then. Okay, so the first stream that we went to this morning was just fire right off the bat. I was catching quite a few rainbows, quite a few brooks. They were hitting the dropper, they were hitting the dry. Fishing was pretty good, and then it's like once it got a little later in the morning, sun come up real good and high in the sky, then they just shut off. So we backed out of there. I'm on my way to a different stream right now. I don't think it has any brooks in it unless you go way up, but we're gonna fish the lower end of it this morning, and it's got a pretty nice population of little wild rainbows in it, so hopefully we can go get on some of those for the rest of the morning here. So stick around and hopefully we'll get some more fish. Thanks. Look. So I had on a pretty good size foam dry fly, and I had this brookie come up and hit at it 2 or 3 times, and it's like he was just hitting at it real subtle. He wasn't spooking or anything, he just wasn't hitting it hard. So I took the foam dry fly off and I put on a little size 18 parachute dry fly, a little blue wing olive, and cast it out a couple times. He come up, kind of took at it again a time or two, and then finally he come up and ate it, and was able to get a hook in him that time. But this is just a really beautiful fish.
So that right there is a really good example why it's important to change flies sometimes. I hadn't caught a fish in a pretty good little while. Starting to get a little discouraged actually. But I noticed the fish that I was getting takes from on the dry, they just wasn't fully committing to it. And I believe what it is once this sun got high up in the sky real good, I believe it just kind of put them down a little bit. You know, they was a little more cautious about coming up on a dry, a little more spooky. So I finally swapped up to that smaller size 18 parachute and was able to catch a nice fish. Like I said, it's the first fish I've caught in a little while, so I'm thankful for it. But we're going to keep fishing here for just a little bit. Tiny guy. Little tiny guy. Pretty though. All right, everybody, that's going to be it for the day. We've had a really good day up in the park today. Caught some brookies, caught some rainbows. If there's any browns in this stream, I think they're further downstream towards the lower end of it. But in case you're wondering why I ended up catching a couple more brook trout after I said I was going to another stream that mostly had rainbows in it, I actually got to that stream and couldn't get to it. The road going into it was closed. I didn't know that. So I ended up turning around, coming back to the same stream that I was fishing earlier this morning. Went upstream past where I was at earlier. Luckily found a parking spot. The parking in the park is just absolutely ridiculous right now, all the tourists and stuff around. But found a parking spot, was able to get back in the water, fished upstream for a while, picked up a couple more brook trout. So it's been a good day. While we're sitting here, I'm going to talk about this rod a little bit that I've been using today. So like I said, it is the new Orvis Recon. These newer models actually come out a couple of years ago, but it's new to me, seeing as how I've had the original for years. But it's just a really nice rod, 8.5 foot 4-way. It's performed absolutely perfect this morning, no flaws whatsoever. I love it. It's got this really nice matte finish to it. In the right light, it looks like a matte olive. Sometimes it looks like a gray color like it does right now in the video. Got it paired up with the Orvis Hydros 2 reel. Also got it in matte olive to kind of go along with the rod. But all in all, just a really good setup. I've enjoyed using it today. And hopefully we can get back out on the water again soon. Hopefully it won't be as big a gap in between fishing trips as it was this last time. But just been really busy with work and stuff, kids, you know how life is. But like I said, it's been a really good day, and I appreciate you watching. Thanks.